Hello, good evening, crafty friends. It is Anne coming to you on what is today? Today is Thursday. Hope you all had a wonderful week so far. I'm going to pull us up on my iPad real quick. Let's see, where are we at here? So, what's going on in your neck of the woods? Oh, did I not do it right? Hold that thought. I gotta fix something real quick. Give me just a second. My camera is backwards. I normally check that, but I didn't. All right, now we should be the right side up. Let's see. Are we the right side up now? Yep. Whew. Hey, Trisha. Hey, Sherry. Sorry about that, ladies. Goodness. I thought I was all prepared. There we go. If you are watching on replay, please hashtag replay, because I like to say hello to you and welcome you. And my phone is all kind of wonky in here. There. Maybe that's better. I've got a regular charger plate. It's plastic. It is from Hobby Lobby. It has like a wood grain on there. It is really pretty. And we're going to attempt something. Don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to try it. I have a printable I'm going to use. This is from Hammond's Nest. I already cut it out. It was regular size. It was like that big. I printed it out on an 8x10. I used my pen and cut around it, my water pen or paintbrush with water on it, and already fluffed that out. She also has a cute little bunny. This is just on regular white computer paper. And then I printed the same bunny out on rice paper, and this rice paper is not quite white. It's like a, I don't know, a yellowy tone or sepia tone, but that's what the little bunny looks like on rice paper. I just wanted to show you what that looks like. I don't know if you can see it if I hold it up like that. It just has a little, like a beige, creamy color to it. So, that is that. And I just love that little bunny on the rice paper. We're just going to have to see what we want to do with him. But for this evening, I want to use that little lamb. I just think that little lamb is just perfect for the Easter season. And I am going to use a stencil out of the Easter Faith stencils. I forgot to look to see if that is in the stencil restock. They are having a huge stencil restock. They have 7 bundles available, essential stencil, 64 individual stencils, and among others, Amanda's Coastal collaboration is in there, Melissa Miller's Head Collection, Melissa Bradshaw with Junk and Craft Treasure, her vintage rustic charm collection, Tammy Muto's, what are they called? Dragonfly Dreams collection is in there. They have a Faith and Scripture. I don't know if that's a collection or a bundle or if those are just individual. I think a spring collection is in there. So lots and lots of things to look at, to check out. And I am going to play with this. I'm debating on whether I want to paint this or if I just want to apply the crackle and then put Waverly, what is this one? Plaster chalk paint over top and see if it works. I think I'm just going to try it. I did clean it with just regular rubbing alcohol. So I'm just going to try. I'm just going to see if it works. If it works, good. If it doesn't work, then we know what we need to do. And I am using Amy Howard's Cracked Patina That's what I'm going to use. And I'm using just one of these. I think I got these at the dollar store one time. They're like 1 ounce little cups. And I'm just putting that much in. I'm not going to need much. If I need more, I can always pour it out. But this bottle will last you a very, very long time. And I ordered it directly from Amy Howard. Amy Howard at Home, I think, is what it is called. So we're just going to try it. I'm just going to put it on here and see when we put the chalk paint over top if it ever crackles. So we'll see. Can you guys see well? Is it good for you to see? And like I said, I already cleaned it with alcohol. And I'm going to put it all the way around the top, the whole rim. And a little bit on the inside part. I might have to get me a better brush to apply this with. And if it doesn't crackle completely, I'm okay. I want it to look a little bit vintage, rustic, like it's been around for a very long time. Because we only need a thin coat. We don't need a huge, big, fat coat on here. I'm not sure if it is adhering well. It just looks like it is coming back up. Might be because the surface is slick. We'll see what happens when we put our, like I said, we're just experimenting so that you know, well, you can't put that on plastic. I'm going to have to put a coat of paint under it. So we'll see. Because see what it is doing? It is coming up right there. I don't think it will dry. Because it's got nothing to absorb into. So we'll see. And it might just be really splotchy and vintagey looking like chippy. So we'll see. We're just going to keep going. If it doesn't work, we'll go to plan B. Not sure what that is yet, but we'll get there. You know, you always have a plan B, even if you don't have a plan B, right? So we'll see what happens. And that's one reason why I chose chalk paint, because this is a slick. Oh man, I meant to scuff it up a little bit. I forgot to sand it. That's what I meant to do. It's okay. It is okay. Yeah, it is not. It's kind of like pooling up. It's kind of strange, but we'll see what happens. This will be interesting to see what it does. I like experimenting, you guys know that. So we experiment and we're going to see what this does. That way you will know what to do and what not to do. So we'll see. I'm going to attempt to dry this. And the worst that can happen is that the plaster will mix with the Cracked Patina. I meant to sand it and I didn't think about it. I forgot. I've got my sanding block laying right here. I should have put it up here so I'd have seen it. Because it's not drying. Let's just see what happens. experiment. That's what we are doing. We are experimenting. And this is where our printable is going. I am going to put a second coat on there. I'm just going to let that dry. It is crackling. It might have a really interesting effect. So you never know what you're going to get until you try it. It is like a chippy look. So if you want the fine line crackle, this is not the way to do. But if you want more of a chippy kind of look, this is not bad. Because I want it to look like it's been around for a long time, like it's been, you know, stuck somewhere in the attic and somebody just found it. Like it has a story to tell. You can see when I apply it what it is doing. It looks pretty cool. I'm just gonna go around the edge here. I'm going to dry this and then I'm going to apply another coat in the middle, right here. This was Cracked Patina by Amy Howard at home. And then I put Waverly Plaster chalk paint over top. The reason why I didn't go all the way in is because we're going to put our printable on there. So I didn't need to put it all the way in. I'm just going to go over this one more time here in the middle. And don't put your heat tool too close. It is a plastic plate. going to put this in a wet wipe, in a Members Mark disinfectant wipe. That's what I use to put my brush in case I need it again. And then we're going to dry it one more time. That'll keep your heat tool moving. Okay, which way? Oh, look at hot. Looking to see which way I want it. I think I am going to leave it like this. I think that looks good like that. Our little lamb is going right here in the middle. And we're going to work on all of that. I am going to put the Mod Podge on the back of this lamb. There's my Mod Podge. It's like, where's my Mod Podge? I got my Mod Podge brush. I'm going to make sure that we get all the way to the edges. It does look cool. Hey Barb, how are you? Hey Sherry. Sherry and Sherry. About to break out in song, but I'm not going to do that. Facebook won't let me. And I just printed this on regular paper with a regular inkjet printer. I don't have a laser printer, so it might bleed a little bit, but I want this rustic looking anyway, so I'll be okay with that. Yep, it's down, it's down. Let's push it all in, and we're going to add another coat of Mod Podge over top. I am going to dry this, and then I'm going to add another coat. I've got a couple of edges here that probably gotten dry. Mod Podge on here. Make sure everything is sealed in really good. I'm bad about not getting my edges sealed in. And it's bubbling up a little bit. I'm okay with that. Once the heat should push it back down. And glue it back down. So we'll see. Normally when it bubbles up and you apply heat, it pushes it right back down. Let me get a piece of parchment paper out. Where did my parchment paper go? Well, that's interesting. I know I just used it the other day. I'm not sure where my parchment paper went. I know I just had it the other day. I am just pushing it down so it'll adhere where it bubbled up a little bit. No, I just had my parchment paper the other day. When we done the iron-on method, now my parchment paper disappeared. Do you guys ever lose things that you just had right in front of your nose? Isn't that just the strangest thing how that happens? I just don't know how that happens. Alright, I think he's good. That's all we have so far. Whoop, right there. We're not done yet, ladies. We're not done. I know he kind of looks strange right now. Trust the process. Alright, that is dry. There it is. I was like, I lost the stencil. This stencil says, what does it say? No greater love than this. And that's what I want to put up here. No greater love. And then this is going on the bottom. And I want to make sure that my lamp is straight. So no greater love is going up top. Should we do that in heritage brick? We're going to use the heart to put on top of our bow. Should we do that in heritage brick or should we do that in a brown? And heritage brick looks like this. Because my bow is going to be made out of these fabrics. It's going to have one piece of that stripe in there. Hey, Miss Maggie. don't know if I want to use that or if I want to use brown. I think I'm going to do brown. This is espresso. If I can get it out. Using my 1/2-inch brush. So which ones of the new restock stencils are you guys interested in? Which is the ones that you've missed out on that you want to get this time around? And I love this stencil. No greater love than this. And then I'm going to give you a couple of other ideas on how you can do this in a different way. I did not tape it. I'm being advantageous and hope it stays put. Got a little bleed right there on the love, but I'm okay with that. I can fix it. My plate keeps, because when I put on here, it keeps flopping up. I will try to fix that the best I can. And the cross is going to go over on this side, and I will show you something else that you can do and give you a couple of other ideas. So stay tuned. Make sure there's nothing on here. No greater love than this. I don't know where to hold it so you guys can see it. And my cross is going right here. And everything I'm doing in the same color. It's a little difficult to hold onto because of the curvature and the plate lifting up. Just take time, be patient. And there's the cross. I'm going to decide here in a minute if I want to use those two sprigs of greenery on here, put one on this side and one on this side. So we're going to hold off on that and we're going to wait a second. This heart came from Little Jumble Market, Michelle. I am going to paint that in Heritage Brick. I love this color. It is such a beautiful primitive color. And if there's anything that you need, want, gotta have from the restock from Essential Stencil, remember, use an ambassador code. I would be Tickle Pink. If you would use mine, it is WK21. If you need to know what the code is, just put !code and it will give you the code. You won't have to remember it. Is that not a pretty color? I think I am gonna go around it with the wax here in a minute. I think I've got some paint or something on here, I'm not sure, but that is all fixable. I'm going to try the ground espresso and see if I like this to go around here. And like I said, I want this to look like it has been here for a while. I also got my Waverly wax out. And it's picking up all the little cracks in here. And it's making it look even more rustic. See what it looks like if I use some of this and pull it back. I'm just going to use the brush, the stencil brush. because I want this darker, looking like a shadow around it. And then we're going to use a wet wipe and wipe it back. Oh yeah, that looks good. It looks like it is, like it's been there for a while. That's kind of the look I want it. Let me dry this up a little bit. And see how that just looks aged now? That is the kind of look that I wanted. And I am going to do the same thing around here and wipe it back. That's like what happened to my wipe. It is bringing out the crackle even more. Whoa. Didn't mean to pour that much out. And the more you wipe back, the lighter it will get. But it is giving it this really cool aged look. So what you guys been crafting on? And don't forget to check out the Essential Stencil page for all kinds of tips and tricks and creativeness from our ambassadors. Tonight is normally Miss Tammy. But she is having surgery. I'm not sure when. I don't know if she's already had surgery or is getting ready to have surgery. But if you wouldn't mind keeping her in your prayers, Miss Cindy with Berry Jam Crafts is filling in. And she will be using the... what are those called? The, in honor of her, she will be using the, dragonflies stencil. I could not think of the name dragonfly. Goodness. There is a hair bristle or something on here. Got it. And I'm just taking the wipe and adding it just a little to those two areas right there. And now I'm going back and taking some back off. And I'm going to get a little bit more right here. Now that we know what it looks like, I can add a little bit more. See how much I took off? I think that looks pretty good. I know this is going to make a mess. And this was just the Waverly water-based wax. And I will dry that, close this up. This is what we have right now. And I wanted it aged looking, so if you don't like it like this, then don't do this step. Hey, Miss Cindy. Hey, Bonnie. How was your doctor's appointment? Thanks for sprinkling. Is everything good? You on the mends? I just love this grungy look. I love it, love it, love it, love it. I am gonna sand over it very, very lightly. And we're gonna have to let it completely dry and, you know, just get better. I'm gonna try to get that bleed fixed a little bit. And all I'm using is one of these tools from the dollar store. And I'm just lightly getting the parts that bled off of here. And thank you for taking time to hang out with me. I do appreciate it. Yeah, now that love looks better. And now we're going to make a little bow. Put this over here. I'll take out my Bodebra. And let's move that out of the way so I will not get paint in it. Need a string under here first, or it will not stay put. I think she turned out really cute. I love her. I want long tails. Let's see, I want tails probably about that long. And this is just going to be a simple loop bow, nothing special. I've got 2 loops on each side. See if I can make it 3, if I have enough for 3. I do. A little extra piece. This is a piece, that fabric came from Jubilee Fabrics. This is Osnaburg from Hobby Lobby. And I don't care if the loops are all the same size. I mean the loops, the tails. Not the loops, the tails. Don't mind if they are all a little bit different in length. What do you guys think so far about our little lamb? And you can easily do the bunny. Got a couple of extra pieces. I wanted to add a stripe. This is also from Jubilee Fabrics. Some of these I had to iron because they kept curling up like this. I love the fabric from Jubilee Fabrics. It is homespun. It is printed on both sides, so I don't have to worry about turning it and making sure that it shows on the pretty side. It's got pretty sides on both sides. Had a little extra string. You wouldn't believe how much string I got laying around. Oh, hello, Eleanor. Now, I've heard Melissa call you Sissy. Is it Eleanor or you go by Sissy? I don't want to call you by the wrong name. It's like my name is Mary Ann, but I prefer Ann. And thanks for hopping on. I appreciate you hopping on. I always love it when we have new folks coming in, and I enjoy talking to you guys. I enjoy it when you do the thumbs up, the hearts, and all the things. You guys just bless my heart. And like I said, every piece has a story to tell. So I also got some music print, and this came from the rustic vine. It is only on one side. It has been coffee dyed, so I have to watch when I turn it that I get the loops the right way, which I don't have to worry about when I do the homespun fabric. Because with the homespun, it is same on both sides, so I don't have to worry about that. I just thought the music print was perfect since you could also use Worthy is the Lamb, and I just thought of hymns and song, and I just thought that would be perfect. Let's see, I've got 2 loops. Let's see if I can do 2 more loops on this one. I'm trying to push it down a little bit. We made it. A little short, but we made it. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and do the red stripe. And you know why I chose the red stripe? Because, you know, by his wounds we were healed. And he endured being flogged, so he bore the stripes, the red stripes for us. And I don't know where I got this fabric from. It might have been from Walmart. I am really not sure. I've had this in my stash for a very long time, so I'm really not sure where I got this. I think you can also find it at Hobby Lobby. I think Hobby Lobby's got something similar. Well, I couldn't pick it back up, but you guys see that? Like, help. And when we're done with our bow, we're going to fluff it up. We're going to cut the tails. I am going to, should we put just another little white one on there? I think I'm going to end with the notes. Or should I end with this one? I think I'm going to do a couple of little loops with the Osnaburg, and then I'm going to do maybe the notes on here one more time. Just do 2 loops. This is all I had left from this one, so I am just going to lay it in here. Then I'm going to finish off with this music one, and this one is smaller in size than the other ones were. It's not as wide. And I'm going to make my bows, my loops, a little bit smaller as well. I think that is good. Let's pick this up and tie it off. When it comes out, it's stacked like this. I'm just going to put it in my hand. I am going to take my jute to the back. I have to pull my tails down. Tie this off. And then we can mess with it. See, right now it's a little mess. We're just going to pull our loops out and up. And we're going to grab our tails and put all of our tails down. There's another tail. And then we'll just fluff it out. And you can fluff it as much as you want to, as little as you want to. You can even take it and go like this and fluff it. Whoop, see, there's a tail that doesn't belong to the top. He belongs down here. I'm going to go ahead and clip the tails a little bit. I'm cutting them at an angle. One side I'm cutting at an angle this way, and the other side I'm cutting at the angle the other way. This one is really long, so we're just going to cut that one. Let's see, who else do we need to cut? Oh, here's one. I think that looks good. And you can keep messing with your bow and make it all however you want it. I could mess with the bow for like a very long time. I forgot to turn my glue gun on. We're going to add that right here. I'm going to make sure that it is somewhat in the middle. And this is going into a plate stand. I don't have a hanger on the back. And then we're going to add our heart on here. Let me sand the edges off a little bit. Just adding a little bit of that wax on here. Just to give it some dimension. And then our heart is going to go right there in the middle. Oh, thank you, Cindy. I'm still practicing. Okay, this one is standing out really far out. See, when you lay it down and you kind of look and you see something that looks out of place, I want this one to be more in the foreground. This one is kind of cockeyed, so we're pulling this one out. This red one needs to be on the other side. You just keep messing with it until you have it the way you want it to look. And that red picks up that little bit of a reddish tone that is in our sheep and our little lamb. And I am going to tuck this one under. Okay, now we're going to add our heart on here. Then when you see strings hanging down, you can cut them off. You can leave them or cut them out, either way. And then you'll adjust your length of your ribbon. Here's one. I have two of them that I didn't cut. And then we have our stripes. And I will cut some more of those off. And you put it in a little stand. What do you guys think? There's our bow. There's our little printable. And then no greater love than this. And there's our little cross right here. And I told you I was going to show you some other options. This cross also came from Little Jumble Market. You can add this on here like that. And where is it? I'll leave it out. I'm not sure, I have to measure the size, but in this one, Easter Blessings 3-pack, if you have that one, that cross, fits perfectly except for the flowers on there, so you can stencil that on the top of that and embellish it. But that cross would look really good on here to add it on here like that. So that is an option to add that cross. And I said that I was thinking about adding, oh, I've got some green, I was going to add some greenery. Adding these two on here on the sides. What do you guys think? Should we add that greenery right there? And I was going to add a little bit of greenery under here. Should we add greenery or not? I'm going to cut it down. I don't want it that long. Should we add a little bit of greenery? We can add one. Cut it down and add it over the top. A few more days of antibiotics. So should we add some greenery? We can also add greenery down at the bottom if we wanted to. But I think I like it better on the bow if we are going to add any. What you guys think? Should we add greenery or not? I have a yes to the greenery. Sorry, but I have to turn it my way. I cannot do this backwards. I'm just not good at it. Do those two first. I really think that would look good on here. Maybe a little shorter piece. One other thing we can add. And I keep forgetting to add things like that. Those little things do make a difference. This is Stencil. That'll make a little bit of a difference too. And I'll trim that back. And one for the bottom. And now we're just going to give it a little bit of a haircut. This can get a little bit haywire, just like raffia. Let's get all the leftovers off of here. I might have to trim it up a little bit more. A little goes a long way. Yeah, I like that. Trying to get all the little riffraff off of here on this. This is hard to cut. There we go. I'm going to be finding that stuff for a long time to come. I will tame that a little bit more, but here it is. Goodness, we've got a lot of mess. And there's our bow with our little with our sisal. What do ladies think? Thank you. Thank you for the hearts and the thumbs up. I just think this is very beautiful, and like I said, to me, every piece has a story to tell, and that is the story of the Lamb. You have the notes for the Psalms, for the songs, the heart because he loves us, the color red for his blood, the cross that he suffered on and died for us. So this has a story to tell. you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And again, you could have used this big cross. You could have used the bunny and done it into a bunny theme. There's so many different things you could have used on here. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. And if there's any questions that you have, let me know. Hop over to the Essential Stencil page, see what all they have on sale, what has been restocked, and the stencils are 15% off, the bundles are 20% off for the restock, and you can use my code WK21 and that'll give you another 10% on top of that. So what a great deal. And you'll be able to create something like this and enjoy, and there is a bunch of different stencils available, so take a peek, check it out. Be blessed, have a great evening and a wonderful weekend. I'll see you for Soul-Filled Saturday and Saturday morning at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. You guys be blessed. I'm going to turn you down so that I can turn that camera off.